Hello, welcome to the number 2 listening room at the Genelec factory in Iisalmi, Finland. This is where for over 30 years we've been developing and manufacturing state-of-the-art active monitoring loudspeakers. Today our topic is the most advanced series of loudspeakers in the range, the DSP series. The Genelec DSP series consists of 3 loudspeaker products and 4 subwoofer products. To take full advantage of the networking capabilities of these loudspeakers, you need the network interface device. Inside the computer, you'd be running one of 2 software packages, GLM for large systems in big rooms, or GLM.SE for small environments. The subwoofers feature AES-EBU inputs, so if your desk only has analog outputs, you need the AD9200A analog to digital converter for easy connectivity to the DSP stereo or surround systems. The Genelec DSP series is based on the revolutionary technology of the 8000 series, but with a twist, the addition of digital networking and an onboard DSP. From within the Genelec Loudspeaker Manager software, we can construct a network of up to 30 loudspeakers and subwoofers and control them individually or as a system. A powerful feature of this system is the automated calibration, AutoCal. With this Genelec microphone, the software can measure successfully every loudspeaker and subwoofer on the network, and then calibrate them individually or as a system for any given listening point. The basic idea of AutoCal is to improve problems in the loudspeaker room response. For example, a common problem with surround systems is that the loudspeakers play at different levels at the listening position due to their different distances to the listening position. Common problems occur at low frequencies. For example, when a loudspeaker is placed too close to a wall, or reflections from large objects such as my computer screen or desk can cause problems in the frequency response. The first step, of course, is to treat the room acoustically. However, this can be very expensive and time-consuming, whereas AutoCal can remove most of these problems with just a few mouse clicks in a few minutes. The fast and easy calibration of AutoCal is most beneficial for you if you're working in a room with little acoustic treatment, or if you're travelling. For example, there might be a large production house with many rooms all handling the same material. In this case, you can be sure that Genelec DSP and AutoCal will maintain the same room response from room to room. So how do we get started? When you buy the GLM software package, you get everything you need for the setup: software CD, GLM network interface device, and the Genelec measurement microphone, with all the necessary cables. After you've placed your speakers in the right positions and aimed them carefully, you just need to connect the power and signal cables and the loudspeaker control network. Remember that the signal is not running on a control network. Signal goes first into the subwoofer AES-EBU input, and then from the subwoofer out to the main loudspeakers. Once you've installed the software on your Windows or Mac computer, you connect the network interface device and start the software. From the moment you start the software, it begins to scan the network. Here you can see it's found 5 loudspeakers and 1 subwoofer online. In the next window, we create a system setup definition. There are 2 methods for creating a system setup: the manual mode for any non-typical custom applications, and for the more standard configuration, such as this room, we can create the system setup using the pull-down menu in the rapid cabling wizard. Next, we'll identify each loudspeaker. Now that GLM knows which loudspeakers are used and how they're connected, we can save the system setup file and move on to the fun part, AutoCal. Place the Genelec calibration microphone at the listening position, with the microphone capsule adjusted at the listener's ear level and the microphone pointing up. Then connect the microphone to the Genelec network interface device. Then run the acoustical setup wizard featuring AutoCal. You can also do it manually, but even with AutoCal you can edit the settings afterwards. we recommend that you use AutoCal with the sound card integrated in the GLM loudspeaker control network interface. Then we need to check the serial number printed on the microphone and type this number into the AutoCal window to retrieve the right microphone calibration file for this individual microphone. For the measurement, there are two possibilities, a single point or a multi-point measurement. The single point method takes a measurement only at the primary listening position, whilst the multi-point method can average measurements at a maximum of 4 positions. Using multi-point measurements can be beneficial if you have to move around a lot while working, or if you work from different positions around your console or desk. For now, let's make a single point measurement, which we start by clicking on the head icon in the software. The software then gives you 5 seconds to move out of the way of the microphone. Now we hear the sweep tone from every loudspeaker. The measurement system optimizes the dynamic range during the measurement process, and as a result the sweep on some loudspeakers may happen more than once. Once the measurements are done, we press the Calculate button to start the actual optimization process with AutoCal. Take a look at the graphics. Here we can see the procedure as it is taking place. The red curve is the actual measurement of the room response. The blue curve shows the applied room response adjustment, and the green curve is the resulting AutoCal optimized response. After the whole system has been optimized, we can review the individual settings for each loudspeaker. The final step in the calibration process is to set up the subwoofer crossover phase alignment using autophase. Just click on the autophase button and the next window opens to present a list of subwoofers connected in our network. Here we need to select the crossover frequency. Let's make it 85 Hz. Then we select the channel to be used for the test tone, for example the left channel, and the reference loudspeaker for the phase alignment. Then just click on the Calibrate button and autophase will take care of the rest. Finally, we save the optimized settings in a setup file, and the new settings are immediately set in all the loudspeakers and subwoofers. After the process is completed, we need to decide whether we'll continue to use the computer, software and network for controlling the loudspeaker. This is beneficial because the GLM software allows us then the use of many further features. At any point, we can access all the acoustical settings of individual loudspeakers and adjust them for our purposes. Also, we can do several calibrations for different positions and store the system setup files for quick switching with the function keys. This is extremely useful when the person in the money seat in the back of your room wants to hear what you're hearing. We can also make different groups of loudspeakers, mute them or play solo on one channel only. Volume control is possible with the computer or by connecting a third-party volume knob to the system as a simple interface. One very neat feature is the floating volume display that you can keep on top of everything else, even though the rest of the GLM software is running on in the background. But if you don't want to have the computer running with the GLM software all the time, you can still benefit from the calibration we just did. This is called standalone mode, and it means that we store the settings from the GLM software into the loudspeakers. Just go to the Setup menu in the main window and select Store Acoustic Settings to all online loudspeakers. After this, we need to access the loudspeaker and put the dip switch to Stored position, and we can disconnect the GLM network. If at a later stage we need to do another calibration, we just reconnect the network and connect it to the computer. Or, if we need to change one of the loudspeakers for any reason, we can connect to the network and load the stored system setup again to all loudspeakers. So that's about it then. We've been through the basic ingredients of the Genelec DSP series, the most advanced auto-calibrating loudspeaker system available on the market today. For more information you can log on to our website anytime at www.genelec.com and from there navigate to DSP Systems or Learning Center and find out more about the technical side of loudspeakers and room acoustics in general. So bye for now and stay tuned for further tutorials.